So today I want to take a look into the what Martin Luther King Jr.'s son had said about Meghan Markle. This is old news, but I want to look into it a little bit more. So here are some stuff. I'm gonna be going back and forth because some stuff makes sense to certain things that I want to point out. So Martin Luther King Jr. the third said he wasn't surprised by Britain's treatment of Meghan Markle because the institutions have been structured in a certain way. All right. So what there's more to it, but I'm gonna come back to it. There's a couple things I want to touch base in. There's a video I did a while back. I believe, what does it call? I probably will put the link in the description. Okay, that's too far back. It has to do with slave trade. Oh, there it is. This one. It's British tabloid, same old practice. This time might be different. And I think I touched some bases in terms of slave trade and stuff like that. I'll go back to this video and pick out the parts that I'm trying to say.
When racism as such, as a philosophy, kicked in, was as a direct reaction to the abolitionist movement. The abolitionist movement driven by some of the leading intellectuals of the day, as well as driven by hundreds of thousands of ordinary people in this kingdom who signed petitions after petitions and presented them to the House of Lords. When the abolition movement really kicked in from the 1780s onwards, the planters had to respond. And so this is where you get the most virulent imagery about brutal, pagan, bestial black people in the literature and in the imagery.
So, and another thing I want to look into is, I did some search here, is royals who married commoners. So we have here, obviously, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle is not only a commoner, but totally outside of the race. Okay, so we have Grace Kelly and Prince Rainier, Princess Takako Suga, and Hasanaga. Okay, let me click on it because so commoners who have married into royal families. So they have here just over 3 weeks. Yes, actress Meghan Markle. Okay, that's a very old. So we have Meghan and Harry, obviously, and then they have Grace Kelly, Prince Rainier. Okay, I saw a movie of her recently. Hollywood icon Grace Kelly star films such as To Catch a Thief, Dial M for Murder, retired from her acting career to marry Rainier, the sovereign principality, in April 18, 1956, after the pair met at the Cannes Film Festival a year earlier. Kelly died in a car crash in 1982, and Rainier died in 2005. So, and then we have, I believe this is Japanese, Princess Takako Sogo and Hasanaga Shimazu. Okay, Japanese princess, Sugar, the youngest daughter of Japanese Emperor Hirohito, married financial analyst Hasanaga Shimazu in Tokyo, 1960. Oh, so that's old. All right. Hope Cook and Palm Thundup. Sonia Hawadensen and Norway's Crown Prince Harold. Okay. Who else do we have? Sylvia. Renee Samela and Sweden Carl Gustaf. Sylvia, Sweden. Okay. So these are the one I'm looking for. It's not them. Okay. Jetsoon. Okay, that's not the one I'm looking for. But there's a whole bunch. Okay, they have Kate Middleton and Prince William. That's not the one I'm looking for. It's the one who married the Australian one. I don't know. Let me search. The one that I'm looking for, I can't find. So it's Prince who married I think it's Australian. 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 Okay, let's see if it what comes up. Monarchy Australia. Not monarchy. Okay, that's the one. This one. That's what I was looking for. So, Mary, Crown Prince of Denmark, Countess of. Okay, so he married the Crown Prince of Denmark. That's what I was looking for. What's his name? Frederick. Alright, so uh, not only she's not from Denmark, he married her. But the point I'm trying to say is that there have been royals who have married outside of their rank. Alright, so I think society back then have been set in terms of rank. Alright, let's go to Martin Luther King. So when I was reading that, it says Martin Luther King Jr. III said he was left greatly disappointed but not surprised by Britain's treatment of Meghan Markle. The Duchess of Sussex resigned from her working royal and the royal family in January, and now she and Prince Harry are living in Los Angeles. The British tabloid press have since received backlash for its discriminatory treatment of Markle, and it has been suggested that this led to her departure. King, who is a human rights advocate and eldest son of Martin Luther King Jr., told iNews, the report that I saw were very, very difficult reports of how she was treated. I'm not surprised. In other words, it's not like, oh, wow, that's that's a surprise because these institutions have been here forever. Okay, and he goes on to say, and the institution have been structured in a certain way, so when you operate as Harry, just happen to fall in love with someone who is not in traditional set of circumstances, then there was going to be a pushback, he added. Right, so if you see some of the work Harry have been doing, he's been in Africa many times with Center Bali organization. So I think he went into this as an open mind, going on the blind date with Meghan, and they happen to find that they have same interests. So that pretty not only Meghan is a beautiful woman, the type of work that she does pretty much seal the deal between her and Prince Harry. So the article goes on to say, and Markle recently said that she felt unprotected by the institution and that the palace press team didn't allow her to respond to untrue stories written about her. And I think I sort of touched base on another video about that. A spokesperson for the Duchess said Kensington Palace will respond to the press with no comment without consulting or informing her about the stories being written. So they were allowed, the social media, the press to talk about her in any way or form that they wish to, but they will not pretty much put a response on her behalf or not even let her speak.
Seriously, zip it up.
Okay, so someone who would know about the family dynamic and would understand kind of what went on.
To me, and when you hear the stuff about Meghan, and I don't care either way, it just seems that there is a gap of her life where even during the wedding and everything leading up to, there's nobody from her life. It's all sort of new people that she's then free to tell them whatever story she wants, and that's fine. But I would just like somebody who grew up with her to come out and say this is what the family was like. That's the one thing that we sort of don't have. And that's why it's very easy for people like Samantha, because Meghan can't just go and shoot all this stuff down because of the position that she's in. But I would like to see somebody who knows this from the history that she went with it with her at the time. Like that's the sort of thing that, that's the person that I would like to see come out and defend her. I don't know if we're going to get that, but what did you expect when you married into the royal family?
So they just have to say no comment and just let the press go into bidding her. So the article goes on to say, this hasn't always been the case for the palace, though, who have recently come to the defense of both Kate Middleton and Prince Andrew. So we've known a couple situations where any small little thing they say about Kate, they come in her defense. And obviously Prince Andrew is like on another level. It's like tabloid situation at on steroid. King added, I think that the process that we have to still continue to work through to rid our society of racism. Meghan Markle says the Mail on Sunday is threatened to name the 5 friends who defend her in an anonymous interview. Here's why Meghan Markle was unprotected from the tabloid, unlike Kate Middleton and Prince Andrew. Racism in Britain media may have been driving force behind Meghan Markle's step back from the royal family. The British tabloid have finally acknowledged Meghan Markle's struggle with racism, but they're 6 months too late. 6 months too late. Okay, so we're in what? July. Alright, what else did they say? Oh, I guess that was it. So they're 6 months too late. So it's nothing new. It's almost the same thing that has been said. I've said on other videos. So Meghan Markle, what Martin Luther King III said, is that he's not surprised about that because the institution have been set up by rank, where certain groups are seen as godlike, and another group below the royals, or somewhat is protected by the there was something I saw that explained this kind of social ladder in terms of, I think it was one of the videos that I did about video did I do there's a video I spoke about that. I may not have gone into full detail about it, but I spoke about it somewhere in terms of social incline.
Yet France, one of the largest and richest countries in Europe, was still governed by an ancient regime of 3 rigid social classes called estates. The monarch, King Louis XVI, based his authority on divine right and granted special privileges to the first and second estates, the Catholic clergy and the nobles. The third estate, middle-class merchants and craftsmen, as well as over 20 million peasants, had far less power.
But on another video that I spoke about, when Britain had sort of trying to stop the slave trade, was that some of the people who saw blacks in Britain were being treated pretty much fairly okay. And there was a pushback saying that no, this should not be, and therefore they start creating rumors similar to the tabloid that's going on, saying how bad those people are. They even put graphic of how ugly they look, and
cartoons portraying black people as licentious and depraved began to circulate. The anti-abolitionist Edward Long wrote,
"The lower class women in England are remarkably fond of the blacks. In the course of a few generations more, the English blood will become so contaminated with this mixture as even to reach the middle and then the higher orders of the people. This is a venomous and dangerous ulcer that threatens to disperse its malignancy far and wide until every family catches infection from it."
There's a lot going on about this kind of things that pretty much been going on. It should not be a surprise to anyone. So yeah, so there have been a lot of royals who marry outside of their ranks. Okay, can royal marry commoners? So there's a list of royals who have married outside of their rank. There was something I saw. Okay, not this one, not that one. Okay, I can't. List of marriages. So the other ones that have been married into royalties, there was no backlash. They pretty much treat them like anything, like nothing, the royal have married outside of their race. They go on about their business, especially like Frederick, Prince of Denmark. The Queen, his mother, loved his wife. I believe she even gave her more responsibilities of things and stuff like that. So yeah, the system wasn't set in the way for Meghan. So because she has put into that rank the British people have made ranks into a big deal, because in terms of social ladder, there's certain advantages for them. So because she goes straight to the top of the rank, there's a pushback, jealousy, hate, and all of that. So yeah, that's it for now.